Oh, there you go. Thank you. So that's the first thing that I would love for you guys to
Last piece of this I want to talk about is Rehab.
All right, last piece of this I want to talk about is Rehab.
And
We just talked about this.
Say what your realtor said about the HGTV.
And you guys, say what your realtor said about the HGTV thing, that the buyers are looking for that.
I did our realtor open house on last Tuesday. We had a bunch of realtors that came in and looked, and I always asked for feedback. Any feedback, love it, positive, negative, doesn't matter, it'll be good. I don't have any emotional attachment, and that is also very important.
Yes, do not have any emotional attachment to your product to sell it.
Yes, do not have any emotional attachment to your product to sell it.
And they had some good
They come back
feedback
from
from
people
people
who
just said,
selling a house that they raise their kids in, because unless the house looked like fixer upper or flip or flood, nobody was interested in buying. The people that were out there that were buying homes right now are watching these TV shows and on Pinterest, and if your home doesn't look like that, they don't want to buy. They have a sense of entitlement that since it's out there on social media, that's what they deserve as well.
Yes. That includes your tenants too, by the way.
Yes.
I mean.
That includes your tenants too, by the way.
Except maybe
I
down
mean,
here in Fairfield
not to
County,
that
yes.
much degree,
I mean, you've got lots
except
of
maybe down here in
professionals
Fairfield
that-
County, yes. I mean, you've
Because
got
as
lots
we
of
showed that
professionals that are
break-even point,
renting.
Fairfield County is 5.5
Because as we
years.
showed, that
So
break-even
if you
point
don't
in
plan to
Fairfield
live
County
in
is
the
5.5
same
years.
town
So
for
if you don't
5.5
plan
years,
to
then
live
you're
in the
better off
same
renting than
town
owning.
for 5.5
Zillow.
years, then you're better off renting
So
than
you've
owning.
got people with $100,000, $200,000.
So you've got
jobs
people
that are
with
renting, so
$100,000, $200,000
So
jobs that are
many
renting,
people
so same
rehab
thing.
too cheap.
So
I have this
many
one
people
guy,
rehab
and
too
he walked
cheap.
through it, and,
I mean, I have this
I walked through
one
the
guy,
house,
and he
and
walked
had
through it,
like a
and I walked through the house,
rental
and he had like a
style vanity in
apartment
the bathroom
rental
on a house he wanted to
style
sell.
vanity in the
Just doesn't
bathroom
pass. It
on a
doesn't
house he
go.
wanted to sell.
Many people
just doesn't
do
pass.
not
It
stage
doesn't
their
go.
houses.
Many
And I
people
don't
do
care
not
what you
stage
tell
their
me you must
houses.
stage, even on rentals.
And I don't care what
A lot
you
of
tell
times
me
you
you
have to
must
stage.
stage, even on
And
rentals.
the reason
a
for
lot of
that
times you have to
is,
stage.
Linda actually taught me this.
And the reason for that is, Linda actually taught me this. This is for one of these things. She said, you want to have staging to force people to look at what you want them to look at. She had done this kitchen floor, and turned out the tile was, some of it was a mixed shade, it came from different boxes or something. And you told your stager, look, I want them to look up and not look down.
They don't even look there.
Yep. And I have, students of mine
Yep.
unfortunately did.
And I have, students of mine unfortunately did a nice job on rehab. Their realtor told them, you don't have to stage this. And a year later, they haven't sold their house.
Because when you don't stage, all you
So,
have to look at
because
is
when you don't stage, all you have to look at is the imperfections. So, one of the things that, so Lou is kind of our rehab coach, and he over and over and over again saves you about $10,000 in rehab costs at least. Usually, like telling you things that you do not have to do to make things happen, but also less expensive ways of getting things done. And here's one example. So we had these students, and they bought this house in Springfield, Mass. By the way, a lot of other people passed on it because it is on a little bit of a busy street. And they had these really nice archways, from the 20s and 40s. And this is, you can see it better here. They wanted to cut out this whole
Every
thing.
time you open up a wall, you have no idea what you're
And
doing.
like I said, every time you open up a wall, you have no idea what you're doing. You have to reframe things and all that. And I said, no, you're not going to do that. So they didn't. It turned out really nice. So they have a little kitchen up there. They obviously replaced that. And this one had a countertop coming out this way. And they cut that off, which I also wasn't sure that they had to do that, but they wanted to better open up the kitchen.
They did that for 2
And then
reasons.
these
One, to
cabinets
save
were
a whole heck
painted.
of a lot of money.
They did that for two reasons. One, to save a whole heck of a lot of money. They got a professional painter, had
These
some
things
special
were
kind of
not
paint
coming
and all
off
that.
the wall.
But two,
I mean,
these things
certain
were not
generations,
coming off
when
the
they put them
wall.
on the wall,
I
they're
mean,
not coming off.
in certain generations, when they put them on the wall, they're not coming off.
And then the other one is this bathroom.
You bring the wall with you.
They wanted to rip out
And then
all
the other
that
one
tile.
is this bathroom here.
It's
They wanted to rip out all that
like
tile.
it, we have to rip it
Said
out.
it's old fashioned, we don't like it, we have to rip it out, we have to do some new stuff. And I said, no, we're not.
I said, I just stayed
I
at
said,
a
no, it's
hotel.
really old
It
fashioned.
was newly renovated.
I said, I just stayed at a hotel. It was newly renovated.
So no, you're not
This
gonna
is
do
the
that.
exact
So,
pattern
okay,
that
they
they
did that.
use, so no, you're not gonna do that.
did
So,
a new
okay, they did
vanity,
that.
all this is new,
They
new toilet.
did a new vanity,
And then they got it
all
done,
this
and
is
then,
new
I
toilet.
guess because of the.
And then they got it
tub
done,
surround
and
or something,
then,
they said in some
I
places
guess because of the
tile
tub
looked
surround or
dingy, all
something,
worried
they
about
said in some
dingy
places the
tile.
tile looked dingy,
And,
all worried about.
what should we do,
dingy
what should we
tile.
do? And I said, you're gonna
And,
list it, and
and
you're gonna
what
show
should we
it
do,
for
what should we
3
do?
weeks
And
and
so
see
you're
what
gonna
happens.
list it
If
and
the
you're gonna
only
show it
reason
for
why you're
3
not getting
weeks
an
and
offer
see
is
what happens.
because you got
If
dingy
the
tile,
only
then
reason
we
why
will
you're not
address
getting
it.
an offer is because you
Sure
got
enough, they
dingy
got
tile,
3
then we will
full-price
address it.
offers on this one.
Sure enough, they got
Full-price
3
offers,
full price
and they
offers
just
on
picked
this
the best
one.
qualified
3
one.
full
And
price offers,
we went through
and
their
they just
entire
picked the
scope
best
of work,
qualified
and I
one.
think we
And
probably saved
we
them
went
about
through their
$30,000
entire scope
bucks.
of work,
And
and
things
I
that
think
they
we
didn't
probably
have to
saved them
do.
about $30,000
And
bucks.
it was
And things that they
expensive
didn't
enough
have
as
to
a rehab.
do.
You don't have to spend more
And
than
it was expensive enough as a
So
rehab. You don't have to
here's
spend
some
more than that.
expert type people. So one is
So
staging.
here's
We
some
have this is
expert
Alana
type
Suzanne.
people.
She's
So
taught a
one
lot
is
of us
staging.
about
We have
staging.
this is Alana
Either she's
Suzanne.
gonna
She's
be
taught a
there
lot of
personally
us
or
about
I'm gonna
staging.
teach what she,
Either she's going to be there
teaches.
personally, or I'm going
We
to
also
teach
have
what
a new
she
sponsor who's a
teaches.
stager, so she'll be at
We
the
also
event
have
as well.
a new sponsor who's a stager,
And
so
then
she'll be
again,
at
we're
the
gonna do some case studies. I've asked people to show
And
some
then
before
again, we're
and
going to do
after
some case
creative
studies. I've
staging.
asked people to
So
show
you
some
know what
before
you
and
have to
after
do, what
creative
you can do, what you
staging.
have to do.
So you know what you have to
And this
do,
is
what
not
you
what
can
I'm
do, what you
saying.
have
It's
to
not
do.
theory, it's what people are doing right here
And this
in
is
the
not what I'm saying. It's not theory. It's what
And
people are
then,
doing right here. in
And
the
by the way, this all
And
has to
then,
do with your area.
and by the
Lynn
way,
and I have had many
this all has to do with your
conversations
area.
like,
Lynn and
when
I
she
have
first
had
put
many
in white
conversations
cabinets
like
and
that.
black
Why are you
countertops,
putting,
it was
when she
that
first
would
put in
never
white
work
cabinets
in
and
my
black
area, which is not
countertops,
effective. It was-
that
it
would
hadn't
never
happened
work
yet.
in
It
my
was
area,
too-
which is not
It reminded me
effective.
of cheap
It hadn't happened
white
yet. It was
lam-
too,
you know, laminate.
it reminded me
what
of
is that?
cheap
Mel-
white,
Mellows,
you know,
something
laminate kind of furniture. What is that?
What is it?
Melamine.
Yeah, Melanie furniture. I said, why are
What
you
is
doing
it?
that? She said.
Yeah,
"You told
Melamine
me
furniture. I said,
went
why are
to
you
the
doing that? She
designer
said,
area,
and you
the
told me,
supply houses,
you went to
and she
the
asked what's
designer
most popular
area,
in
you
this
know, the
area,
supply
and that's what she
houses,
did.
and she asked what's
So
the
it
most
does matter
popular in
from
this
town
area,
to
and that's what
town,
you did.
but as long as
So
you
it
learn
does
these
matter
principles,
from
it's
town
gonna
to
be-
town,
and then
but
Lou's
as long
gonna
as you learn these
say-
principles,
share
it's going to
some
be.
strategies
And then Lou is
for
going to
saving money
share
on
some
rehabbing
strategies
and also how to deal
for
with
saving
building
money on
department
rehabbing
officials.
and also how
Because
to
they
deal
can
with
make or
building
break
department
their deal.
officials.
Right?
Because they
So,
can make or break your deal.
So
right?
this is what we're talking about,
So,
your real estate
So
success
this
as
is
much
what we're
about
talking
who knows
about.
what
Real
you know,
estate success
and
is
who's
as
on
much
your
about
team,
who you know
which
is
we've
what
kind
you
of
know,
discussing.
and
Who
who's
can
on
answer
your
your
team,
questions?
as we've kind of
I mean, my
discussing.
GC
Who
is a
can
guy
answer
that
your
I argue with
questions?
all the time.
I mean, my GC is a guy that I argue with all the time, and that's why I hired him, because I can argue with him all the time until we come up with the right
in the
solution.
middle.
He also knows when I need the best
expensive way of
and the
doing
middle
things.
and
So-
the least
and how you select your
expensive way of doing
contractor,
things.
we'll
So,
talk about that.
and how you select your
Also,
contractors,
real estate
there's a lot about that.
So,
Also, real estate
to
101,
be
we talk about that.
redundant, you should
So-
join the Connecticut Real Estate
To
Industrial
be redundant,
Association.
you should join the Connecticut Real Estate Industrial Association.
And,
Yeah, exactly.
So, the
And,
expo is next weekend, you have a brochure about it.
So the expo is next weekend, I have a brochure
We
about
bring
it.
in all kinds of
It's a
national
huge
trainers,
event.
as well as
We
local
bring in
successful
all kinds of
investors,
national trainers as well as local
our vendors and
successful
service
investors,
providers, the ones
as
that are
well
used to
as
dealing
our
with us.
vendors and service
And there's several
providers, the
different
ones
levels
that
that you can
deal with
participate
us.
with.
And there's several different
It's on the
levels that you
back
can
page of the
participate
brochure.
with. It's on the back page of that
So,
brochure.
coaching grads, it's only $99 if you want to come
So,
as VIP.
coaching grads, it's only $99 if you
So-
want to come as VIP, by the way.
For 2 full
Um,
days of training,
so,
and we're doing this
For
in
2
North
full
Haven,
days
that's
for
Western
training, and
Hotel.
we're
They've
doing
totally
this in
renovated
North
their
Haven at
hotel.
the Best
The rooms
Western
are only
Hotel.
about $100,
They have totally
$110
renovated
a
their
night.
hotel,
So
the
if you
rooms
wanna
are only
come
about
for the weekend, I can do it.
$110 a
Uh,
night.
it's-
So if
yeah,
you want to come for the
very
weekend, I
friendly,
would
it's
do it.
right up 95.
It's,
So,
and very friendly, and it's right up 95.
If,
So,
so 2 full days of training, so Saturday is gonna go
If,
from 8:30
so 2
to
full
6,
days of training, so Saturday is going to go from
from
8:30 to
9
6,
to 4:35
and
o'clock.
Sunday is going to go
I am
from
cramming
9
as
to
many different
4:35
topics
o'clock.
and as much information.
I am cramming as
and
many
much
different
networking
topics, as
opportunities I
much
possibly
information,
can.
and
I
as much
wish I could do
networking
it for 3 or 4
opportunities
days
as I
'cause
possibly
have
can.
that much
And I
more
wish I could do it for
to
3 or
provide.
4 days,
We
because I
crammed it all
have
in
that
two
much
days.
more to
So
provide for you.
for
But
$49
crammed
if
it
you're
all
a
in
member, or
2 days. So
$59 if
for
you're not yet a member,
$49 if
you
you're a
get all
member,
of
or
that, plus we
$59
give
if
you
you're
lunch.
not yet get a member,
So
you
you
get
have to
all of
eat
that.
anyway.
plus you
So
get
you
lunch.
might as well just come
So
in.
you have to eat
with us.
anyway, so you
And,
might as well just
and then
come
we
in
have
with
raffle
us.
prizes and all that.
And
We
then we
expect
have
about
raffle
150
prizes
people
and
there,
all
and
that.
there'll be all different types.
We expect
Real
about
estate
150
investors,
people there, and there'll be all different
rehabbers,
types.
no
Real estate
buyers,
investors,
realtors.
realtors, rehabbers,
We have modular
no
home
buyers,
company,
realtors.
modular home
We have a modular home company.
That's right.
Modular
Modular home company coming,
company,
And,
that's right.
and then we
I'll
have
go
a bunch
one
of our
company,
money lenders.
And then we have a bunch of our money lenders,
Viking Kitchens is
and
coming, so for
I don't know, we have a lot of,
appliances and such.
Viking Kitchens is coming, so for
Now,
appliances
if you
and
wanna
such.
make a weekend of it.
So,
I'm gonna
they're all
just tell
coming.
you
Now,
real quick
if you
is,
wanna make a weekend of it,
on Friday
I'm
night,
gonna
we
just tell
will
you
be
real
walking
quickly
through a
about
rehab
VIP.
property.
On
maybe
Friday night,
100%
we will be
rehab,
walking through a
partial
rehab property,
I'll
maybe
know the
100%
address in
rehab,
a few
or
days,
partially
'cause it's
rehab.
gonna be an active
I'll
deal.
know the address
And
in
it's a
2
great
days,
networking
it's gonna be
event,
an
but you also
active
get
deal.
to find out how did they find
And
the
it's a great
property, how did
networking
they
event,
fix it
but
up,
you
how
also
are
get
they
to find out
selling
how
it.
did they find the property, how did
And
they
on
fix it
Saturday
up,
night,
how are
we
they
have
selling
another
it.
dinner, and I've asked all of our
And
trainers
on
to stay
Saturday night,
overnight,
we
so
have
you
another
can ask
dinner,
all the
and I've
questions
asked
you
all of
want,
our
and
trainers
you
to
can
stay
network with
overnight,
them.
so you can
They're
ask
very
all the questions you
approachable.
want,
You wanna
and
share
you
their
can network with them.
And you can
They're
ask
very
all the
approachable.
questions you ever
You
want
wanna
to
share
ask, so
information,
instead of the
and
formal
you can ask all the questions
presentation,
you
you
ever want to
can
ask, so
come
instead
in
of the
really
formal
how it works,
presentation,
right?
you can say, come on,
And,
tell me really how it works, right?
And then you get a bonus
And,
package of education.
And then you get a bonus package of
As I mentioned to
education
you,
worth over
you'll get 10
$300.
free skip
As I mentioned to
tracing
you,
searches from
you'll
Cam
get
Dunlap,
10
that's one
free
of them.
skip
You get a
tracing
whole
searches from
apartment
Cam
move-in
Dunlap, that's one of
package,
them.
including a
You
lease
get a
and
whole
move-in,
apartment
move-out
move-in
checklist.
package,
I'm
including
gonna
a
share
lease
my
and
yellow
move-in,
letter with
move-out
you.
checklist.
We
I'm
have
gonna
a
share my yellow
ebook
letter
on,
with you.
on grants.
We have a
several
ebook
different
on
ebooks on private lending.
grants, we have
and
several
when do you
different
have to worry
ebooks
about
on
the
private
SEC.
lending.
And I'm
And
sure
when do you have to
between now
worry about
and
the
next
SEC?
weekend, there'll be more
And I'm sure
things
between
as
now
more things
and
come
next
in.
weekend,
So
there'll be more
you
things
get all of that plus
more
Premier
things
Seating,
come
you
in.
get to sit up front.
So you get all of that plus
Because
Premier
this
Seating, you get to
So,
sit up front.
all of that.
So
So
this room will
in
be
your
filled.
package.
So, all of that.
VIP
So,
Plus includes a
In
one-year
your package,
membership if you
in
need
VIP
that.
Plus
If you're not
includes a
member,
1-year
you
membership
can do
if you need that. So if you're not a member, you can do that.
that.
So,
if you want VIP, that's only $197.
So let me show you. So if you want VIP, that's only $197. I do have a combo thing for you guys. Let me see. Here we go.